Ui xổ ôi, AVKM 10 viên luôn. Ủa, tầm ngắm nó gần vãi. Tầm ngắm nó gần nhở. Phê thật. Súng ngon, nhiều đạn. Có không ta? Au. Thua rồi, ván này thua rồi. Ý, tôi cứ tưởng đồng đội. Đau thế. Ủa, chuyên ra núp ở đây mày. Trận này không có ai gánh à. Nào đi AI một chút. Ồ, đông người hay sao ấy? 8 người cơ à? Khu 3, tuần tra nguy hiểm khu 3. Hay đấy. Ồ, vẫn chỗ mới. Đi đâu đây? Đi theo này xem nào. Này, tự dưng leo một phát lên đây luôn ạ. Ôi. Chà. Chà. Tí sắp đánh boss đến nơi rồi. Sắp tới đoạn boss rồi đấy. Tôi tới đoạn này sắp tới boss rồi. Nhặt được nhiều thế. Ô ngon thế nhở, cảm ơn. Dưới này. Sắp chết rồi, còn có 30 máu rồi này. Đi theo bọn này biết chơi đấy. Đâu rồi trời. Ôi rồi. Ui rồi. Hết chưa ta? Không tăng được mấy nhở.
Đang thay đạn.
Ra nạp tí đạn, tí máu. Bắn được ít máu thế. Chỉ có một que này. Map này lạ nhở. Chế độ lạ vậy.
Hết đạn rồi.
Đây rồi, boss đây rồi. Sắp chết rồi. Nhanh thôi, không lâu như hôm nọ đâu. Ui sắp chết rồi. Dã man thật. Ây da. Ừ. Nhanh thế, hôm nay bắn nhanh. Ôi, sắp chết rồi, lại chết rồi. Đấy. Ui, đau thế. 23 que. Win à? Thắng rồi đúng không? Thắng rồi, thắng rồi.
Đang thay đạn, đang thay đạn.
Để xem nó tự thoát hay sao ấy. Từ từ đã, để xem nó thoát.
Đang nạp đạn, chú ý hiểm trở.
Tôi chưa vào cái này bao giờ, chưa biết kiểu này, cái này là cái gì. Tự thoát game rồi nhận thưởng hay sao ấy.
Đang nạp đạn, chú ý hiểm trở.
Thoát đi. Ủa? Đúng rồi, đây là truy kích cơ, không phải là đột kích nha. Đây là truy kích. Xếp danh yêu nhiệt anh em coi Huy ơi. Đợi tí nhá. Làm nốt trận AI nữa. Bắn cho nó đủ giờ. Chờ tôi tí tôi xem là đấu đội xem nào, đấu đội xem có không. Vừa live được có 40 phút thôi. Ngồi thêm lúc nữa. Tầm 8 giờ 30 qua danh. 20 phút nữa đi. 20 phút nữa. Qua danh sau. Đồn không gian, lại đồn không gian. Tối chỉ hút map này thôi. Hình như ở đấu đội nó tùy buổi chiều một map, buổi chiều một chế độ map, buổi tối một chế độ map hay sao ấy. Theo mình không nhầm là thế. Ồ, nó đi đường dưới này. Nó lại sang bên này, đùa. Ác vậy. Ác vậy. Ui. Kinh nhở. Dã man. Bên kia tay to quá. Bên kia toàn các thánh thôi. Công nhận tay to. Vẫn chết. Ủa? Núp hay gì? Đó. Trời ơi, cận chiến tiên sư tổ đó. À đủ mà thốn thế nhỉ. Thua là đúng bài rồi. Hơi gọi là hơi nhàm. Nhiều map này quá, chưa biết chọn. Toàn map này thôi. Á đủ. Hay mày. Hay lắm. Gặp này. Đây nè.
Làm tốt lắm, tiếp tục tấn công. Làm tốt lắm, tiếp tục tấn công. Chúng ta bị đàn áp, hãy tìm cơ hội.
Bị đàn áp rồi. Go. Ui,
Làm tốt lắm, tiếp
vào đầu luôn.
xem nhẹ sức mạnh báo thù.
Hứ?
Phe địch dẫn
Thế mà 79, thằng kia đã cầm dao, thằng đồng đội mình nó cầm dao.
cả đội hợp sức, đẩy lui kẻ địch. Tôi thấy chúng rồi.
Khét thế.
Chúng ta bị đàn áp, hãy tìm cơ hội. Tiến lên, thắng của chúng ta.
Đang thay đạn.
Phe địch dẫn
Đang chú ý hiện tượng.
Ý hả? Đâu rồi? Trời ơi. Ôi.
phe ta dẫn trước, trấn áp chúng.
Kỳ này. Ôi. Ngon. Headshot không được hồi đạn nhỉ, như đột kích nhỉ. Ui, lỗi đấy.
Gắng lên, ưu thế đang thuộc về ta.
Má, chưa rồi. Multi kill.
Phe ta dẫn trước, trấn áp chúng.
Quadra kill. 10 phát rồi. Này là nhân vật trong CF không đọc nữa này. Đi ra, mẹ thấy chỗ tao kiếm ăn mẹ cũng chen à. Đang kiếm ăn ngon. Đùa. Ui.
Ưu thế đang thuộc về ta.
Ngon. Tuột xuống top 3 rồi. Ui rồi.
Chiến thắng trong tay.
Phê quá anh em ơi. Trận này thắng rồi. Cứ một trận thắng lại trận thua như danh ấy, như trong CF ấy. Đùa nhau.
Beta dẫn trước, trấn áp chúng.
Wow. Wow. Sắp xong rồi.
Bắn lên. Thế đang thuộc về ta.
Hôm nay không xếp rồi em. Map khác đi chứ nhỉ. Mười phút nữa nha anh em. Được ở bên này là ngon rồi.
First blood. Beta dẫn trước, trấn áp chúng.
You know, you have a position as someone who's in charge to sort of set some sort of moral tone at the workplace. You can't comfortably walk around knowing that the secret rule is if you suck off the boss, you're going to get ahead. It's so wrong on so many levels. As a man who has daughters, I don't want my daughters in that work environment, especially college kids. And listen, you went to college. You know how fucking naive you are in your college. You think, wow, okay, wow, the boss
Yeah,
is
but
paying
I'm just
attention.
sitting here running through a list of all the people we know who have the no moral code like this.
Right. It just sets up a really bizarre workplace where people start to talk. And And by the way, there is no accusation that women are suing Dave for sexual harassment.
They seem not to have had any complaints.
They seem not to have any complaints. But it sets up an environment where people start to talk. And you just don't want that at work. And Dave's a bright enough guy to know you don't do this. He knows on some level, but okay.
But he did it for years. I guess he felt immune to any kind of criticism or exposure.
Right. Well, he himself said when he apologized, he said, I was up to creepy behavior. It is creepy behavior.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't hear it?
No, I did. You know what? I didn't hear that. I missed it.
I'll play it for you if you want.
I don't know how to TiVo.
He handled it brilliantly. He's a very good communicator.
Right.
He made jokes. But, I'll tell you what, in retrospect, it might bite him in the ass. He didn't apologize to his wife. That's number one.
God knows what kind of relationship he has with her.
I can't even imagine.
The speculation is off the charts on that one.
Well, I feel it's much like the Taliban. I mean, what he says goes. She's like the interns. She's kind of like, well, if I don't play by Dave's rules, it's very big of a man to make a woman his equal partner. I'm talking about a powerful man. You could really fantasize as a man to have a woman at your side who's basically your puppet, who will do whatever you want. You can shit
And
on her.
most do, it seems.
Yeah. It takes a bigger guy to say, I don't want a wife who's a puppet. I want a wife who is equal, who can mouth off to me and say what she thinks and really participate as a full partner. But it's very threatening to a lot of men. It's very, very more. It appeals to our childish need to dominate a woman, to have this woman kowtow to you. So I have a suspicion, and I don't know Dave at all personally, and I don't know what his wife's up to. But he should have apologized to her. He should have said, listen, this is very, very upsetting, I'm sure, for my wife. And you know what? I've embarrassed my wife, and I feel awful. Something to that effect might have gone.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you're going to make a public statement.
I always find that bullshit because if you cared about your wife, you wouldn't have been doing it.
Agreed. But you got to reference her in some way. If you're making a public statement. Now, what is this making a public statement? He did it on his show. It was great television. But I don't know.
That's probably what I liked about it, was that he says, I am a creep.
Yeah.
And, I'm not going to pretend, I'm not going to drag, I'm not going to be Elliot Spitzer or any of these guys who have the wife standing there with the sour face while I say I'm a horrible human being to her.
Maybe you're right. But, the whole thing is bizarre because Dave has such a squeaky clean, it's bizarre, and it's a squeaky clean image kind of guy. Now, how this affects the show, listen. And in some way, I like Letterman better this way because he's human. I mean, this pretending that he has no sexual desire and he has no feelings for women.
I thought he was pent up, repressed, miserable.
I'm just glad he's not gay.
Well, that was my first thought.
Yet.
When they made these allegations, I was like, well, is Dave having sex with that guy?
I don't know. Who, Paul Schaefer?
God, no, Robin.
But, listen, it's weird. I sent a note to Vinny and to Rob Burnett.
Oh, yeah?
I did. And I said, hey, how's Dave doing? I did send a note. I was concerned about, I'm sure this is playing on him in a big way. He's obviously a nervous guy. He got those shingles. I mean,
you think he'll break out again?
I think the shingles are going to come on fast and furious. But
he's going to get aluminum siding.
What was he worried about that time?
He was worried about he wasn't going to get any pussy. And I'll tell you what, I sent the note because I do care about Dave. I do care for him. But he made a real dumb move with this. He setting up that kind of environment, and fucking these girls. You just look like a desperate, and you look like a.
Well, it was. First of all, you know what I thought about though? Where have all of his girlfriends and wives come from?
The show.
Inside that organization.
That's right.
It's got a farm system.
Yeah, and so it becomes pretty clear around the workplace that if you do want to get ahead,
be Dave's girl.
You could be Dave's girl. And these girls are very, very turned on by the fact that he's the boss and this and that. Look, Dave ain't no beauty, let's be honest.
But he's a powerful man.
But he's a powerful guy. It's very attractive. I mean, this is a guy who's the head of a late-night show. He's a legendary icon, all of this stuff. He's got tremendous success.
There's one girl who, has now sort of stepped forward and talked to somebody and said, yeah, I had a year-long affair with him, and I thought he was wonderful. I would have married him. Mm-hmm. And then she said, but he broke it off after a year because of the difference in our ages. I was like, yeah, Dave got tired of you.
Yeah, exactly. The difference was you got older, honey.
She was probably still in her 20s. He was just ready for a change in the teams.
Change it up. Why not? Get a new
needed
intern.
a new pitcher on that team.
New pussy.
And a lot of it's really creepy. Like he started calling, like you read the details. He started calling this chick. You know, first of all, Dave doesn't call anyone. He starts calling her personally, saying, "Would you tape the show Jackass for me?" So right away, he's like trying to relate to the kids.
The younger kid show.
Now, let's be honest. Can't Dave get anyone in the world? First of all, MTV is a Viacom-owned company.
They'll
Don't you
send
think
him the tape.
David Letterman wants to see Jackass? Trust me. They'll bring the team of Jackass over to recreate the show for him.
Right.
So he's calling this young girl. Here's the MO. Excuse me, would you mind taping Jackass? And then from that, he starts taking an interest in her personal photos, her vacations, and
the girls admit it
mackerel.
was like every hello from Dave
It's a big deal.
a big deal.
Yeah, so, you know, and he had a special name for her. Then he starts putting her on camera for special bits.
And they said this team of girls, they do everything from run errands to making sure his car is at the door when he's ready to go.
Right. So
it's
all
not like great jobs.
No. Do they make his potato? So, you know, so look, this is bad for Dave. Any way you cut it. First of all, he wants females to watch his show. Women are going to look at him like he's creepy.
I was watching every movie with.
Yeah, you liked it. It's going to be hard for him to make fun of these scandals. I mean, he was making fun of Clinton,
a scandal now, yeah.
Spitzer. It's going to be really hard for him to say the next time something like this comes up, gee, look at this guy, what a hypocrite he is, because Dave's now a hypocrite.
He's actually in Leno's monologue.
Now, the guy you got to really... So Dave's got his own issues to deal with. And, you know, I wish him the best in the sense that I know Dave. He's been very good to me. I don't like to see anybody go through this, but really he's getting what he deserves because this is not the way to conduct your business. And he knows better. He's a bright guy. He knows better. He couldn't resist his urges. And there are other ways of... Listen...
What do you think of the
What's
other
that sponsor of ours? Do you meet? You hook up with chicks?
Ashley Madison. Ashley Madison.
Go on, Ashley Madison. What the fuck?
But what do you think of the other part
doing
of it? That you know, like he didn't cave to the pressure. He said, "I'm calling the FBI.
Well,
I'm turning the guy in."
The other part of it, I'm going to say, is what the fuck is wrong with this guy
What
who
an idiot.
blackmailed him?
And he's a 48 hours producer.
He's a bright guy. They say he must. You know, he's a schmuck. He cracked from the pressure. But this is a guy who's won, you know, Emmys, got 4 Emmys.
And all he does is investigate crimes.
He investigates crime, which is not an easy job. You know what I mean? The guy's a bright guy. And he says, give me a $2 million check.
I'm like, $2 million?
And he's having meetings. He should have said, listen, no meetings with your lawyer. You come meet with me face to face. If I was going to blackmail David Letterman, which is a crazy fucking thing to begin with, I'm no crime expert. First thing I say is, listen, pal. You meet with me in private. You're going to meet with me nude because I don't want to see any wire. Get your fucking ass down here. And it's going to be in cash. And you're going to make 10 payments.
Right, a check.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm fantasizing about how you should handle this crime of the century. I mean, you walk out with a check. What bank? You know, I've had checks for $1,000. My bank won't cash it unless you come. Who's going to cash a $2 million check?
$2 million check in the ATM machine.
Yeah. Where's he going with this $2 million check? I mean, what the hell is he thinking? And he's a despicable guy. And, you know, here's a guy with a real job. I guess he ran into financial trouble. Evidently, anyone who comes in contact with this guy divorces him or leaves him.
Well, the one woman
He's a
was with him
creep.
for a long time, but apparently they said he was just like Dave. He had these office affairs.
Yeah. Well, he's pled innocent, so who knows what he's going to say. But, you know, a $2 million check. I guess on the memo they wrote for extortion. And Dave absolutely handled it properly. It goes back to the Richard Nixon school of what I did wrong. He came right out and he said, listen,